Hello there my dear YouTuber friends, and I hope you're all keeping well. Welcome to this new video. In this video we're going to take a deeper dive into the included EFB that comes with Flight Sim 2024. It's chalk and cheese compared to what the VFR map was like in Flight Sim 2020. It's essentially what it says on the tin. It's an electronic flight bag for your routes, and goodness knows what, setting up routes, departures, approaches, getting information on airports and areas and frequencies, and all kinds of goodness that you can do with this EFB. And you can even transfer it to things like your Garmin systems once you have a route set up, or vice versa. I'll be showing you that in this video. This video really is for new players, maybe new pilots who have not yet taken a look at the EFB and want to know more about it, want to know what it is and what it can do. So I hope this is helpful to you. Let's not dilly-dally, let's get on with this video. Okay, so today people, we're departing from EDDF Frankfurt Airport, 20:25 left, as you can see at the back here. Live weather, live multiplayer. It's quite a busy area this. If you want to see other people flying around, you want that immersion, this is the place to come to. So Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot, Frankfurt Airport. In the Cessna 172 with the G1000s. Typically the EFB in the Cessna 172 at least will be on your right hand side. It'll be different for each aircraft, but it's on the right hand side here. You could set up a custom view, so if you scroll in, save that to a custom view, you can do that. I prefer to pop it out. Now if you're using the 2024 keyboard profiles, let me put a picture on screen, because it can be a bit laggy loading in those profiles. So it's in settings, control, keyboard, and 2024 transversal, 2024 planes. Let's take that off screen. If you're using that, you've got a keyboard connected, press your tab key, it will bring it up. Bit of homework people, I've not jumped onto my Xbox, I don't remember what the default binding is. Can someone remind us in the comments? I think there's a default binding on the Xbox controller. I don't know if there's a way, if I press tab in keyboard settings, search by input, it doesn't show anything. So I don't know if there is a way of binding this to a controller. If somebody knows that, can you let us know down below? If not, I'll investigate that further. So there you go. So typically when you pop this out, you'll be in to this screen. And it should be over your aircraft. I've been playing around with it, bear with me. So I'm at EDDF, as you can see there. Let's just go through quickly what a lot of these buttons are. At the bottom here, you've got aircraft. Give you information on the aircraft, flight performances. Go back there, checklist. If you want to find your checklist, you'll find them all here. Cold and dark to actually taking off, that type of thing. And aircraft information. Although that doesn't seem to be clickable at the moment. And you know, cruise speed, that type of thing. Go to pilot bug, it will give you your log hours of the week, month and year. I'm sure I've done more than that, but never mind. So that's your logbook essentially. Settings, this is a good one. This is a bit small for me, that tablet even popped out. I want it larger, and I want it horizontal, in a horizontal profile, so you can change it from vertical to horizontal. Brightness, I can't seem to affect that here. Maybe that'll come in the future patch. I don't know, is there a way of adjusting that? I can't seem to, but it's bright enough for me. And your units of measure, whether you want it in knots or kilometers, feet or meters, etc. Flight planner is where we were before. And more apps will give you more apps. These are what we looked at before, the aircraft, your logbook, etc. Settings, but I've got Navigraph charts, Still the best place, Jeppesen charts, up-to-date charts. You do have charts with this EFB, just Navigraphs is definitely better. It's more up-to-date and has a better flight planner. I'll come back later on that and do a video on Navigraph again with Flight Sim 2024 and Sim Brief Dispatch. Flight planner is where we were before. So those are those buttons. Then you've got these buttons on the side. Top one is essentially you can load in a flight plan and change a flight plan, departure and destination airport with waypoints, stars and arrivals, that type of thing. I'll come back to that later. You've got flight details, so you're going to enter your registration, flight number, that type of thing there. You got your payload. Should be self-explanatory there. You can put in your passengers, your weights, your fuel next to it. When you click on each one here, you can see this for yourself. Navigation log. You can even have a stopwatch there, which is quite handy if you want to time your flight. And clip charts. Don't worry about this. You probably won't see anything yet when you first load this up. I've just been playing around, so I've got a clip charts there. And then this information won't be up again. I've been playing around with it. This is our destination airport. Bit of a spoiler there. So those are, and it's a quick overview of the buttons. Let's set up a quick flight. So setting up a quick flight. So we'll add in our departure airport. You must do, even though it doesn't pick it up, so you've got to add it in. I can cheat there and select it, but I'll type it in. EDDF, Frankfurt. And we're actually at runway 25 left. Be sure there, when you type in your departure airport, make sure you've actually got the right departure runway that you're departing from. Arrival airport. I want to go for you. Bit of a spoiler before. EDDK. Oh, I can select it in this way. Cologne. There we go. Runways I'll come back to later. There you go. We've got our flight plan. But it's not very detailed. You know, we've got no departure. We've got no arrival. Let's add a departure. This is quite handy. So you click on Add Departure under your departure airport. And then if you click on each option, it will show you where all these are leading to. That's leading away from our route. So's that. I know from testing this one. This one's a good one. I think it's this one. No, it's the one underneath. It's the one above it. Yeah. So what's that? Sorb R1F. I can click on this change procedure and it will add it to my route. Isn't that nifty? So I've got a departure. Instead of departing and then I'll have to turn sharply, I've now got a proper departure as you would normally have. Now, arrival airport. What I want to do here, you see this part down the side here. Now I'll explain this part. This is showing me information at the moment on my departure airport, EDDF. If I click on the icon, it will give me the elevation, the weather, the runways, and frequencies even. So if you want to tune into ground, approach, that type of thing, it will give you all them. Quite handy, isn't it? Next button. It will give you things like departure, arrivals, all the different information, and then you can click on each one. So departure, which one did we... Doesn't matter. 25. This will do. If I clicked on that, it will take me to a chart of that departure. And I can read up information. Like I said, it's not quite Navigraph, but they are basic charts. But still, it gives you some information which is quite nice. Let's just go back. Click on the bottom one, though. This is what I want to look at, but I want to look at that. If you get back to your view here, you don't see your information. Just click on this top button, Load Flight Plan, and it will take you back to this information you had before. What I want to find information on is EDDKR, Arrival Airport Destination. Click the I next to it, and this will change now to EDDK. Isn't that great? I just want to click on that bottom one because it's our Arrival Airport. So I want to see what's available for each runway. Runway 6. It's an RNAV. I will cover RNAVs in a future Back to Basics video. People have been asking me that for years now. A newbie guide to RNAV. I'll do that upcoming. 14 left doesn't have any approaches, 14 right, 24. Oh, look, an ILS. And again, clicking on this will give you all the information for that ILS. And then you can use these buttons to zoom in, that type of thing, so you can get all the information there. Let's just go back. So 24. So let's go back to our flight planning page. I'm going to have to click this button again. 24 seems to be the runway I want to have. Now, there you go. That's the flight loaded. Shall we try and load this into our Garmin systems? That'll be a test for it. Let me just do something here. Just want to change. Oh no, it's this one here I want to do. I want to change this to medium tablet. Just so we can actually see our Garmin's when I come down to it like that. And we'll just zoom out the range there. That's better. Get back to flight planning. Zoom that out. I don't know why it zooms in that way, but never mind. What I want to do is send route to avionics. Watch what happens. Well, yeah, it's sent part of the route in, but it's kind of missing this direct from this point to that point. So we can fix that. What I want to do is add an arrival procedure, and that will connect that part to that. So if I click on this add arrival, is it arrival? Change procedure maybe. There we go, that's the one I wanted. And I know call is a good one. If I click on call, it will add it. Show me. So coming from that point of our departure, I want to get onto an arrival. If you don't set up an arrival, it doesn't seem to load in properly to the Garmin systems. You probably do a direct somehow, but it is proper to do a sort of start and then arrival and then the ILS in. So I'm going to choose call, change procedure. Did that go too fast for you? All I did was change procedure and selected call and then change procedure. And that's added to... that looks like a nice flight plan, doesn't it? Shall we try this? Send route to avionics. Ah, now. Let's just click off that. We don't need that information for the moment. We now have that loaded into our Garmin system. Now, I've got an altitude set, I believe I do. Let's throttle up, release the parking brake, and we'll give this a try. And there's no reason why this won't work, but I want to get up in the air just to show you something anyway. So I've got my star set up, my departure, and I've got an arrival, and I've got a runway selected that has an ILS. And we can take off. There we go. Don't have any flaps in. That's fine. Let me just press on my multi-panel just for ease here. Autopilot, navigation mode, I'm in GPS mode. Bring up that tablet again. And you can zoom in and see what part of the route your aircraft is on. It's kind of like the Navigraph following or little nav map has that as well. So you can see this is the part we're on. Just clearing the runway, the airport. And then we'll get onto this part. And then you can follow it along on your tablet. Isn't that neat? By the way, just for information, I want to find yeah, I've got EDDK selected as information. I'll do that again. What I want to do is find information on one runway 24 left. There you go. Gives me the identifier, and it gives me the frequency for my nav1. That's what I was after. So that's all you need. Type that in. When you get nearer, you should get that identifier coming up. I'll link my recent Back to Basics video about doing an ILS if that confuses you. But you just put that into your nav1, make it active. When you get closer, this should come up. You can do an ILS. So there you go. I'm flying along the route nicely there, as you can see. What about now transferring a route from your Garmin system into your tablet so you can mess around with it and add more to it there? Let's go and investigate that. Okay, so let's quickly show you how you can transfer information from the Garmin into your EFB. I'm at Birmingham Airport in the UK. Look at the difference. It's actually quite sunny where I am. There's a bit of cloud, but not as much as that. Okay, let's get on with this. Let's come down to this Garmin system. I've actually got a route set up that I did from the world map, from Birmingham to Hoddesdon International there, as you can see, with a couple of waypoints in between, as you can see there. If I bring up the EFB, you should find that's loaded into the system here as well. But what happens if I want to change this in the Garmin and then transfer it? Well, let's do that. I'm going to click on the flight plan. I'm going to right click on this smaller knob, on the FMS knob. And that will allow me to get rid of a couple of these waypoints. I want to clear this one. So clear, okay, and CPT will clear that as well. Instead of that, I want an airport. Let me just zoom in. EGVA. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to scroll down to this line. And yeah, if I click enter there, oh no, sorry, move this smaller knob there, it will take me to this part where, I'm just going to do this with keyboard entry, bear with me people. EG, this is just for an example, VA, that's the one, press enter to accept. Oh, got to click off that keyboard entry icon. There you go, it's added that in between. Shall we add that CPT back in? Why not? So we changed the flight plan, essentially. Just for brevity, because I know the video's going on a bit long now. Enter. There we go, we changed it. Changed it to what it was before. Let's just hide that. Now if we bring up our EFB, it's kept the other one, hasn't it? So I want to transfer this now over to the Garmin's, over to my EFB rather. Let's go back. Let's click on that flight button again and request route from avionics. As you can see, just to show you again, that's our original route, that's our revised route. Request. Bingo. And then I can go here. I've not set a departure, I've not set an arrival. Probably don't want runway 27 for example. Runway 9 would be more preferable. Would that be right? Would be, wouldn't it? Would be more preferable there, so you can give me the ILS. And, you know, why not? Send route to avionics. There we go, it's all input. Mind you, that looks a bit, we're going to have to amend this part like we did before, but it gives you the idea. There we go, my friends. I do hope that was helpful. This is actually quite a thorough and fun system to use and learn. All kinds of things, even VOR, which maybe we'll come back to on a future video. How's that? We shall revise VORs again, VORs flying, perhaps using the EFB as guidance. Let me know your thoughts, give the video a like if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and I'll see you soon.